Hi everybody, before we start this tutorial I must apologise that I have made a mistake. Everywhere where I've said half double crochet I actually meant double crochet. I have made a little subtitle just in case. My apologies, I hope you enjoy the tutorial. Hi everyone, Melissa here and welcome to my she shed. Did you see my last tutorial? If you haven't, I've left a link below. And I used this yarn and I have a bit left. So I thought, let's do a beanie. I haven't done a beanie in ages. So let's do a tutorial on a beanie. So this is the beanie that I made from the green. And we are going to do this tutorial on the beanie made out of the lemon or yellow, whatever you want to call it. It's Reborn, the yarn from Lemire. It is, I believe, recycled wool with acrylic and polyester. It is lovely and soft. I love the colours. It works up really well, and I got this from Hobium. You won't even need a ball of yarn. But what else you will need is your 6.5mm hook, a yarn needle, and a pair of scissors. Let's get this project started. To start, do a slip knot, put it on your hook, and we will be chaining, well for me, 52 stitches. What you need to do is chain away and then wrap this chain around the top of your head, the crown of your head, or sorry, I should say the forehead, wrapping around there, where a beanie would normally sit on you. When you feel this chain is long enough to go around your head comfortably, make it a little tighter, but not too tight, and not so loose that the chain would fall down around your ears. You want it just right. And once you feel that that is just right, then that is the length of chain for you or the person you are making it for. Once you have made your chain, I will meet you back here. Now I did forget to mention that your chain needs to be an even number for the pattern to work. So once you have your chain, do an extra chain, then turn your work, and we're doing half double crochets in the back of each stitch. So we're missing that chain, the extra one we just did, going to the next stitch, and you'll see the loop there on the back. So you have a V on the front and the loop on the back. We are working into the loops, half double crochets. So yarn over into that loop, grab a yarn, pull it through, grab a yarn and pull through all 3 loops on the hook. So yarn over into the back of that loop, grab a yarn, pull it through, grab a yarn, pull through all 3 loops on the hook, and keep doing that all the way down. Now you might be wondering, hold on a minute, this is a beanie, why aren't we going around? We're getting to that right after we have finished this row. Once you have finished doing your half double crochets for the first row, at this point just double check that it's a nice fit around the head. It should feel just comfortable, not really tight and definitely not loose. Once you have done that, lie it down and bring the ends together, and what you will be doing, do it the other way, lie it down, bring your ends together, is just slip stitching those ends together. So just bring your hook into that first stitch, grab your yarn and pull through all the loops on the hook, and there we go. You will have a gap happening here, and we will sew it up using this tail, but for now you should just make sure that there are no twists and that everything is straight. and now we are going to start the pattern, which is the griddle stitch. So chain 1, and for the griddle stitch it is really easy. It is a single crochet in one stitch followed by a double crochet in the next stitch. This is why we need an even number of stitches, so that the pattern will keep working around and you get these lovely line effects. So the first stitch, go straight in and do a single crochet. The next stitch, go in and do a half double crochet. The next stitch, you go single crochet. The next stitch, half double crochet. Okay, so a single crochet, go straight into the hole there, that next stitch, grab a yarn, pull it through, and grab a yarn and pull through the 2 loops on the hook. For a half double crochet, yarn over, go into that next stitch, that big hole there, grab a yarn, pull it through, and grab a yarn and pull through the first 2 on the hook, and then grab a yarn and pull through the next 2 on the hook. And all you are doing is repeating this all the way around. Sorry, I've been doing another stitch today. Half double crochet 1 and 2, there we go. So repeat this all the way around until you get back to the start of this round. So half double crochet, single crochet, half double crochet, single crochet. I'll meet you back at the end of the round. The last stitch of this round will be a single crochet, and then we're joining the round together. So in that first stitch there where you had your chain, you are going to do a double crochet, and then we keep going because we're working in the round, and this next one will be your single crochet, and the next one will be your half double crochet, and the next one a single crochet, and the next one a half double crochet. So you will always know where your start and end point is, because it is here where you haven't sewed it together. Now if this is annoying you and you would like to sew it together now, do so, and then just use a stitch marker to mark where your start and finish point is. It's really good to know where the back is, so you can keep this, even though you'll make it as neat as possible, but you want to keep that at the back. If you do use a stitch marker, just put it in at the bottom there and you'll know always where your back is. We do make these stitch markers ourselves, so if you are interested, just visit our website. So continue working in the round, around and around and around and around. I did a total of 23 rows for myself, that is including the first row of half double crochet, and I did 23 rows in total. How many rows that is for you, you'll just need to keep trying the beanie on, and when you get to the top, and if you can cinch the top together at the top of your head and the beanie still covering your ears, so when you put it on it's going to just be a tube, but when you can bring everything together at the top of your head and everything's comfortable, this is still over your ears and it's all feeling comfy, stop, come back here and we'll go over how to do the top of the head. Okay, so I'm going to leave you to continuously work in the round. Do as many rows as you feel fits you comfortably, and I will meet you back here to do the top. So just a reminder, it is 23 rows for me if you're following along with me. Just a side note, before I leave you to finish it, what I do is see that is a single crochet, so my single crochet goes into this stitch here next to that single crochet. When it is a double crochet, see that that's a double crochet stitch there? It's got like a little cap on him. So I always put my double crochets next to that, and that way you know you're not going wrong. It doesn't matter if you did it the other way around. What is going to happen is instead of your stitches sloping that way, they would actually slope the other way. But just make sure you have them continuously lined up. If you don't, you're not going to get that continued pattern. It's going to jagger all over the place. Alrighty, I will leave you to finish yours off. Okay, so once you have done enough rows to fit your head or the person you're making for, it should look a little bit like this. So I did 23 rows of the pattern, and fits lovely. So now it is time to cinch it together to become a beanie rather than a tube. So what we need to do is get a piece of yarn, so where you've finished off here, get the yarn and go around at least 3/4 of your beanie, snip it off, and then slip stitch into the next stitch. So grab your yarn, pull it through, and then just pull straight through the loop on your hook and bring it straight through. Get your yarn needle, put it on, and then all we're doing is weaving backwards and forwards along the very tippy top of your beanie. You can go straight through the stitches, you can weave in and out. Doesn't matter how you do it, just as long as it's being weaved in and the thread can't come through. Pull it gently through, keep weaving. All the way around until you get back to the beginning. And then when you are there, put your needle through the hole, turn it inside out, and then gently and wiggle it around and gently pull the yarn so that your hole comes together, but don't yank so hard that you pull the yarn completely off and break it. Trust me, I've done it. It is painful. So when you've got that hole as closed as you can get it, then sew backwards and forwards on the top of that hole to close that up and seal it. And how you do that, purely up to you. It's on the inside of the beanie. Nobody's going to see it unless they want to inspect it. So just backwards and forwards, closing your hole up as neat as you can do it. And when you feel that that is sewn up, put a little knot in it. I do several knots just in case. Last thing you want is the beanie to come undone. Snip the excess yarn off. Turn the beanie the right way around. And then the last thing we need to do is sew this bottom bit up. So yarn back on your yarn needle. And you'll see down the bottom here, what we want to do is join that together, but we want to see if we can get the V look as well, so it keeps it really neat and tidy. So see the last V and see how you got a little blip there? So go into that blip. Pull your yarn, but not so tight. You're trying to make that V go into that one. and then pull so it looks like you've got a nice V there and it looks continuous. And then if you feel this is a bit too gappy here, you can sew that together as well, but what I would do is make sure you're on the inside and sew from the inside. And just do it as neat as possible so it looks like you've crocheted it. There we go, I think that looks all right. Just need to sew that tail in so it doesn't come undone. I always go back on myself when I'm sewing in, I just don't want it to unravel. There we go, snip off the end. And I think it's there. I think that's where my ending is, so it's good if you can't find it straight away. That's what you want, but that's going to go towards the back. There is your finished beanie. So got all, there we go, there's both of mine. Okay, well I hope you have enjoyed that tutorial, everybody. Quick, simple, easy beanie, comfy and snug and warm. If you do make this beanie, I'd love to see a photo of it, so please feel free to share it on all my socials. I'd love to see it. Join me again on any of my other tutorials. I have many on my YouTube channel, Lucky Platypus. Otherwise, I hope to see you again here at the She Shed sometime very soon. Bye everyone!